This is In Other News. I'm Colin Kutke. In Other News is a place where we come to talk about things no one else is talking about. Your friends might be talking about a certain pandemic and maybe the last dance. But here today, we're going to talk about a lady with a fire in her pants. This is In Other News. In other news, a wanted man who hid in bushes in an attempt to evade police blew his cover when he farted. Realizing officers on the scent were closing in, the suspect had fled into a woodland near Nottinghamshire. His location remained a mystery until they heard a noise believed to be the sound of someone breaking wind. He was arrested alongside another suspect found hiding behind a fireplace in a nearby home. One of the pursuing officers said, "I was almost out of wind running, but luckily, the suspect still had some. I heard him letting rip and followed the noises to a bush." The police said a 35-year-old man was arrested after failing to appear at a court, and a 30-year-old man was arrested in relation to other matters. In other news, a bull with an itchy bottom knocked a transformer off an electricity pole as he tried to scratch his backside and cut power to 800 homes. 4-year-old Ron managed to avoid the box as it landed in his field and escaped an 11,000-volt shock from the tumbling cables. But it left homes in 3 nearby villages without electricity. Owner Hazel Lawton told BBC Scotland that she was amazed that Ron survived. It is thought that Ron brought the transformer down sometime between 10 and 11 on Thursday night. Ms. Lawton, who owns the farm with her husband Greg, said power was not restored to the local area until about 4 o'clock on Friday. Ms. Lawton said, "We got up around 6 o'clock and we saw a big generator sitting at the bottom of our road, all linked up to the poles. We thought that was a bit strange. We went up to feed our cows and it was my husband that noticed the transformer box had been knocked off the pole. We put 2 and 2 together and realized our bull had been scratching against the pole and he had knocked the box off the pole. All the wires were down in the field as well." As the couple surveyed the damage, they were joined by Ron. Miss Lawton added that we were standing looking at it and the bull just sheepishly walked up to the fence. He just looked a bit stunned. I don't think he really knew what had happened during the night. Miss Lawton sought to lighten the mood by posting an apology from Ron on the local Facebook group page. She wrote, "He had an itchy bum, so scratched it on the electricity pole and knocked the transformer off." As she explained that it is not unusual for the bulls to seek a good scratch as they still have their winter coats on. In other news, an Ohio woman was placed under arrest after reportedly calling 911 to ask for help extinguishing a fire in her pants. Katrina Morgan, age 50, called the cops in Port Clinton at about 10 o'clock Saturday to allegedly falsely report that her pants were ablaze, and the Port Clinton News Herald reported. Morgan asked the cops if the fire department's hose is working, and she said, "I need somebody to come put it out with their hose," according to the outlet. Police arrived to find Morgan at her friend's home where she and others had been drinking, residents told the officers. Cops moved to arrest Morgan for false reports and disrupting police operations, according to the newspaper. Morgan became agitated and yelled at the officers as she resisted arrest, only relenting when an officer threatened her with a stun gun, the report said. Morgan faces charges of disrupting public services, making false alarms, resisting arrest, and disorderly conduct, according to the police department. Her friends, during police questioning, denied seeing Morgan on the phone, the News Herald reported. For In Other News, I'm Colin Kutke. Have a good night and a pleasant tomorrow. We'll see you some other time.